I got bored after a while shooting my dog and my brother.
Yeah.
And anytime my family needed pictures at events, so I put the camera down and kind of put it on my shelf. And then a year and a half later, when Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young was playing at Roseville Stadium, 1974, like one of my first concerts.
No shit.
I went there with my brother and some friends, and this guy, Kenny Ref, had this camera, and he had a couple girls with him. And I said, and we just had out of 50,000 people, I just happened to bump into him, and I was on the, all the way in the back.
Yeah.
And I said, where you going, man? He's friends of the family. And he said, I'm going to take some pictures in the front. I said, I kind of watched him go to the front until I couldn't see him anymore. And then a couple months later, I went to a family, his parents were friends with my parents, and he showed me the pictures, and they were hanging up. And then I go, wow, you can do that? And he told me he was, selling them. And I was like, all right, this is something maybe I might want to do. And that's really how it started.
It's also a free ticket to shows if you can get photo passes, right?
Yeah, well, that eventually did happen a couple of years later.
Awesome. That's back when tickets were like, what, $5 to get in these shows?
Yeah, but he also taught me how to sneak into concerts and not pay the guys. So you didn't need a ticket. They sold
All right, expound on that. Let's go.
Yeah, multi-talented.
Can we still do that?
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but these sold out shows, you couldn't get a ticket, and when you did, it still cost some money. And I was still like mowing lawns, and you had to buy film and everything. So I used to like have fake stubs, and then when the guy ripped them, you had to like go buy like 3 guys. And when you got to the guy that ripped it, you had to grease them, so you throw him $5.
Right.
And sometimes I bring friends with me, and I pretend I have all their tickets, and I usher them in and then give them like $20. So I did that for a while, and then I also had to sneak my cameras in at the time. So I had like Fry boots. I stick film in one, a lens in another.
Wow.
The body down my back, with a strap. Had some like necklaces to cover up the strap.
Yeah.
And I did that, and it was kind of fun and adventurous. And I would sell my pictures the next day and out of my high school locker. My teachers didn't even mind. I had signs on, go to room 140 and get Led Zeppelin, Peter Frampton pictures, and awesome. Met a lot of people. Kind of got me out of my shy spell, and got people talking, and that's kind of how everything kind of happened. And it was just.
I think the best way to sneak into a show nowadays, if you just had a bucket of ice on your shoulder and you just start walking backstage, nobody in their right mind would have the balls to go, hey, man, where are you going with that bucket of ice?
I had a buddy who got a box of pint liquors, and he put a towel hanging out of his back pocket and put on a sweatband on his wrist, and he came in and he was like, I'm with the liquor distributor, and he came right in the bar and was back until finally somebody's like, do we make an order like at midnight? What are we doing? Why is there a delivery guy walking around right now? But it's the same thing. You just walk in like you own the place.
The biggest one that we ever did was in New Jersey, the PNC Art Center. We just went.
We were a bus.
Yeah, we were going to go. We were on tour, and Iron Maiden and Dream Theater were playing at PNC in New Jersey, and we pull up in our bus, and they just assume we're like Iron Maiden or Dream Theater, and they wave us backstage. And so we went in through the backstage. The problem was after the concert was over, getting back to our bus. But